I just hit myself with a tree.
This is John.
This is Jody.
And we're the Wisleys.
And today's adventure of a lifetime is
the Stuart Collection at UC San Diego.
The collection is located throughout the entire campus of the university, and it contains 20 different art installations. So we're going to ride our bikes throughout campus today and show you all the beautiful art.
Here we are at the first stop on our tour of the Stuart Collection, which is an art collection here at UC San Diego. It's made up of 20 different pieces of art, mostly outdoor installations. And as you can see behind me, this is the sun god, which is one of the unofficial mascots of UC San Diego. The sun god is 14 feet tall, and it sits on top of a 15-foot tall concrete stand. And it was designed by Nikki de Saint-Fillet. And there is actually another one in Paris that looks extremely similar. She also created that one as well. Here we are at stop number 2 for the Stuart Collection. This is 2 running violet bee forms, which was actually done by Robert Irwin. They are mesh screens that look like giant fences. They're about 25 feet tall. They're designed to kind of catch the light within this eucalyptus grove throughout the course of the day, but legend has it that they are giraffe catchers. Here we are at stop 3 of the Stuart Collection, known as Terrace by Jackie Ferrara. This is one of 3 terraces that's located at the Molecular Sciences building on campus. As you can see, it has a very distinctive linear pattern in the pavers that run throughout the terrace. And as we pan over to this other side, there is a second terrace, which continues down that way, which also has the same linear pattern in the pavers. And then up on the second floor is the third terrace. Unfortunately, we don't have access to the building today, so we can't show you that one. But I think you get the idea. The interconnectedness of different spaces within the same building. Pretty interesting, and it creates a great spot for students and faculty to come outside, take a break, and enjoy the beautiful La Jolla weather. Hey everyone, just giving you a quick little bonus footage here while we're doing the tour of the Stuart Collection at UC San Diego. This is not part of the collection, but is really cool space. It's the Che Cafe, as in Che Guevara. Started back in the 60s. There really was a cafe here when it first started, although it has not functioned as a cafe in a number of years. But this is where student orgs can come. They have meetings. They'll have open mic nights, poetry competitions, and it's a spot where they can come out and meet. Obviously has really cool murals painted all over the building, so great spot for students to gather on campus. Here we are at stop 4 for the Stuart Collection. What Hath God Wrought, which was done by Mark Bradford. And as we pan around, we have to pan all the way up to get the full view. So when the campus was originally opened back in 1960, there was a giant communications tower located basically in this spot on campus. And so this tower is to pay homage to that original communications installation that was here. And to also replicate kind of the beacon of light that the university is to many of its students, staff, and faculty. Welcome to the La Jolla Project by Richard Fleischner. This is stop number 5 on the Stuart Collection Tour. There are 71 individual blocks of gray and pink granite that make up these different structures. So here we are at the La Jolla Vista View, which was designed by William Wegman, infamous for taking the pictures of
the Wegman files.
Weimaraner dogs.
Oh, okay.
All those really cute pictures that everyone loves so much. Same guy, much different projects. So he created a vista that's looking out over the urban sprawl of La Jolla, as opposed to looking back at the ocean, which is what most people think of. He wanted to kind of reflect the ever-changing landscape here in La Jolla.
And the freeway and sirens.
Yes, exactly. So if you think of a La Jolla Vista, this is not what you would normally picture in your mind, and that's exactly what he wanted to reflect. Here we are at the Red Shoe, which was designed by Elizabeth Murray, kind of an ode to the theater district, which is where it's located on campus. It is made out of laminated wood, and when you pan inside, you can see that the construction is very much like the construction of a boat would be. It's supposed to be very whimsical and remind you of the childlike wonder of the theater.
Wow, look at that whimsicality.
John loves him some whimsicality.
The whimsicality goes all the way around. And now, we're on the hunt for the elusive Sasquatch. Here's the next art installation. It's called Greenstone. It's made out of genuine...
Green stone.
I was going to say emerald. This installation is called Standing. It's by Kiki Smith, and it stands just outside of the School of Medicine building. They actually used a dead tree to cast it.
So the statue at the top is obviously the female figure, but some of the striations that you're seeing are supposed to represent the muscular structure underneath everyone's skin. So it seemed really appropriate to place it here at the School of Medicine, since it relates so closely to the human form. And the tree that was used for the cast was actually a dead tree that was taken from right here on campus at UC San Diego when they were building something else.
Looks like it's about 18 feet tall.
And John has estimated it at 18 feet tall. It may just look like I'm walking up to get a drink of water, or that John is standing here. But this is actually part of the Stuart collection. This was designed by Michael Asher, and it is an exact replica of the water fountains that you would normally find inside any school or building. They're silver, you know exactly what they look like. This one happens to be made completely out of granite. It's pretty impressive.
Very cool.
Again, just a little bonus footage. This is not part of the Stuart collection, but in case you didn't know, UC San Diego's official mascot is the Triton, and so this is who we refer to as King Triton. Here we are at our next stop in the Stuart collection. We're inside the Price Center, which is the main student union here on campus, and as you can see, there's this large media installation. Includes some words, some clocks, but also there's a ticker that shows news in real time. This was all designed by Barbara Kruger to kind of show the intersection of the past, the present, and the future.
The fun fact is, on the right side, the clock has numbers. On the left side, it has Roman numerals.
Very fun fact. We've reached my favorite part of the Stuart collection tour. It is snack time.
Watermelon juice.
Crispy chicken snack and pineapple black tea. Yum! Here we are at the next stop on the Stuart collection, and at the top of the building you'll notice some words in neon. I know it's a little hard to tell during the day, but there's 2 words. So there are 7 sets all around the building. One of the words is a vice, and one of the words is a virtue. This was done by Bruce Nauman. The side that we're seeing here, one of the words is anger. You just saw that light up, and then the word beneath it is fortitude. And as we come around to this side of the building, the first set is faith and lust, and then we have hope and envy, and it continues around the building. It's a pretty cool installation, actually. Here we are at the next stop in the Stuart collection, and this one is called The Bear. I'm sure you can guess why. This was composed by Tim Hawkinson. It is just a little over 23 feet tall, and it's 180 tons. It is pure granite. There are 8 separate granite stones that comprise this bear.
Our next stop is The Fallen Star by Do-Ho Suh. It basically looks like a small cottage was picked up and placed atop this 7-story building, and it kind of sits askew. A little disconcerting, if you ask me.
Here we are at probably the most iconic building on the campus at UC San Diego. This is Geisel Library. For those of you who don't know, Mr. Geisel was Dr. Seuss. But one of the reasons we've made a stop here is that one of the pieces of the Stuart collection is actually this path that you see just in front of me. And this is the tail of the snake. It's called Snake Path. It winds its way up towards the library. It's 560 feet long, and it was designed by Alexis Smith. UC San Diego is celebrating the 50th anniversary of Geisel Library. Bold then, bold now. As we approach the front doors, you'll see they are primary colors, yellow, blue, red. And as we get even closer, you'll see that there is read, write, think, and dream written across the top. This installation was done by John Baldessari. Obviously, because this is a library, read, write, think, dream ties in really well. His thought about the primary colors was that this is a primary source of knowledge for students here on campus. So he really wanted to tie those two things in. And then as I pan left, you'll see there are photos of students in the windows, and those are supposed to represent Greek columns holding up this entire building. So kind of an interesting interpretation. Which of these trees is not like the others? The one right here in the middle actually looks like a normal tree, but it's completely encased in lead. And this is the next stop on the Stuart collection. This installation is called Trees. Pretty self-evident. It was done by a gentleman named Terry Allen. The trees, one of the two trees encased in lead plays music. The second one plays poems and stories kind of on a repeat loop. Here we are at the next stop on the Stuart collection. And this is a one-word poem that is written across these blocks. The letters change orders with each block. And it's entitled Unda, U-N-D-A. And here's our last stop on the Stuart collection today. This is done by Jenny Holzer, and it is a large granite table that has several writings carved into the granite, both on the seats as well as on the tabletop itself. It's pretty impressive. I'm gonna guess you could seat, I don't know, at least 30 or 40 people at this table if you wanted to. It's a really beautiful piece of art as well as functional.